Hi everyone, in this session we will learn about basicity of acid. Okay, it is very important concept. Let us know what is basicity of an acid. See, basicity means it is the maximum number of hydrogen ions that is produced when one molecule of an acid is ionized in water. Suppose in a water when we are putting one molecule of an acid, then what happen? The acid get ionized and it splits into H plus hydrogen ions. Okay, so how many hydrogen ions we get in one molecule of acid? That is called the basicity of acid. Now look at this table. Okay, the first column is all the acid we had taken, then the second column is number of H plus ion, that is hydrogen ion, and the last one is showing the basicity of the acid. Okay, so let us start with HCl. HCl, so how many number of hydrogen ion in this? It is having 1. Okay, that is one hydrogen, one H, then Cl, one H and one Cl. Okay, but we are looking for H plus ion only, so it is 1 H is written, so that's why the basicity is monobasic, because what is the maximum number of hydrogen ion here is only 1. Look at acid number 2, that is sulfuric acid. Okay, H2SO4, here what is the number of hydrogen ion? 2. Okay, because the maximum number of hydrogen ion is 2, that's why it is called as di. Di means 2, dibasic. Okay, now come to the third acid, that is phosphoric acid. So H3PO3. Now what is the number of hydrogen atom over here in phosphoric acid? It is 3. Okay, so that's why the basicity is tribasic. I hope you know what is basicity now. The basicity is the maximum number of hydrogen ion which is present in one molecule of an acid. Okay, in the same way we will learn about what is acidity of base. So what is acidity of base is the number of replaceable hydroxyl ion. Hydroxyl ion here means OH minus ion. Okay, in a base. So how many number of OH minus ion is replaceable by an acid is called as acidity of a base. Again we have to look at this table of base. So in the first column we are having base, in the second number of OH minus ions, and the third one is acidity. Okay, so the first one we had taken sodium hydroxide. So how many OH ions here? 1. So that's why it is monoacidic. In the same way magnesium hydroxide. So let us see how many OH ion? 2. Number of OH ion here is 2. So that's why it is diacidic. Now look at the third, FeOH3. Okay, so how many OH3? How many OH? How many hydroxyl ion? 3. That's why it is triacidic. Okay, and like how many number of replaceable hydroxyl ion is required in a base, that is the acidity of that base. Okay, now student, we have to learn what is limestone. Okay, because we had learned slaked lime, lime water, lime. So how limestone is manufactured? So look at the cycle. We can start with quicklime. Okay, quicklime, the formula is CaO. Okay, calcium oxide. So when water is added in calcium oxide, so what happen? Heat is released and then we get a new substance, that is calcium hydroxide. And you know calcium hydroxide is a base. You had learned that slaked lime is a base. So what happen? Generally when CO2, okay, carbon dioxide is added to the slaked lime, then water is released and then we get limestone, and the formula of limestone is CaCO3. Okay, again when we heat limestone, that is CaCO3, then again what we get? Yes, that is calcium oxide, quicklime. Okay. So this is the cycle of limestone, and limestone, the formula is calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Now students, we will learn about the last topic of this chapter, that is acid rain and its impact. It is very very important because the same thing you will learn in the environment purpose also. Okay. So basically what happened, how acid rain is formed and how it damaged the monuments and how it can damage the living organisms on the earth. Okay, and what are the causes of acid rain, that we will learn in this session. Okay, so basically what happened, it is only because of the excessive air pollution. See, from the industry, traffic, excessive traffic, because everywhere the fuel is burning and the smoke is coming out. So from the industry what happened, the like various gases are coming, like from industry carbon dioxide gas is produced, then Na2 is produced, fine, and then SO2 is produced. So when they mix with water they form acid, carbonic acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, and then this acid, it falls on the earth as acid rain. Okay, so this is how acid rain is formed. Got it? I hope you are well aware when these three, CO2, NO2, SO2, yeah, CO2 is forming carbonic acid, NO2 nitric acid, SO2 sulfuric acid. So these are the three acids. Okay, and when they are formed, it causes acid rain. Okay, let us once revise what are in acid rain. So acid rain, the main cause is air pollution, and it is because of sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide gases. Okay, and these all gases, they are soluble in water. So when they get soluble in water they form acid. And the acid which is produced is sulfuric acid, nitric acid, carbonic acid. And see student, all these acid are very very corrosive and very very harmful, dangerous acid. All are mineral acid. Okay, and the harmful effect of acid rain, it makes water body acidic. Because of that, all the aquatic life, okay, it can give a severe harm to all the water body, aquatic animals, even plants. And it because of this the soil become acidic, the crops get damaged. Okay, and the very very important and very very crucial point to be noted over here is that it corrode the monuments. Okay, see, we had learned that we like when we are storing the acids, we have to be very very careful in the storage of acid, because acid, when it is stored in metals container, then it get reacted with metals. So the monuments, okay, which are crafted or made up of metals basically. Okay, so they get easily corroded because of this acid rain. Okay, I hope you are able to understand the entire concept in this session. That's all. Thank you.